go.
Welcome to the Alcohol Beverage Board of St. Mary's County, September 11th, 2025 meeting. This public hearing is being televised live on St. Mary's County Government TV 95 and the county's YouTube channel. It will remain available for on-demand viewing on the St. Mary's County Government YouTube channel. My name is David Willenborg. To my left is the Vice Chairman, Richard Watts. To my right is George Ennis. To my far left, we have member Richard Shin, and then member Barbara Hill. We have, over here, we have Tammy Hildebrand, our board administrator. To her right is Chris Beaver, our attorney. Kristen Hansen, our recording secretary, and out here at the desk. Kevin Hall, our inspectors in the audience, and Deputy Steve Myers, our alcohol enforcement coordinator, is out here also. So the first thing we need to do is approve the agenda for today. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Shin to approve the agenda. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Member Hill, seconds. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Thank you. Next is the meeting minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to review them? Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from August 14th, 2025?
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes from August 14th.
Okay, thank you. We have Member Hill makes the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. George seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Done. Okay, new business, applications, tackle box, application of Benjamin R. Windsor and Heather M. Windsor and Kenneth R. Lamb to transfer Tackle Box Inc., Class A beer license from Kenneth R. Lamb and trade as Tackle Box Inc., 22035 Three Notch Road, Lexington Park, Maryland, 20653. Please come forward and be sworn in.
I don't see Ken. Is Ken on his way?
Yes, he went to the wrong building. Gotta be my
Thought so. Okay.
I'm very familiar with this area.
You wanted us
He's used to Lexington Park.
rotate the,
I would think Ken's not here. He's on,
Yep.
but he knows.
He went to the building like right around the corner.
Oh,
Yeah, he just went to the wrong building.
and speak of the devil.
Actually,
There he is. He just wanted to make an entrance.
Mr. Beaver, do I have to reread this because he wasn't in here? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, very good.
Apologize.
Okay,
Do you hereby declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? Excellent. Please state your name and address for the record.
R. Windsor, 20115 Puppy Paw Pathway, Leonardtown, Maryland.
You're good.
There you go.
And I'm Ken Lamb from 46478 Short Acres Lane, Lexington Park, Maryland.
Heather Windsor, 20115 Puppy Paw Pathway, Leonardtown, Maryland.
Okay, please come forward and have a seat.
Have a seat in.
Please come on forward. You can sit
up here
down.
and have a seat.
Be comfortable, you know.
okay, welcome all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and present your application. What are you asking for today?
We're asking for the current Class B license to be transferred to the new ownerships of the corporation, and that would be Benjamin R. Windsor and Heather M. Windsor, from the previous owner, Kenneth R. Lamb.
Okay, so you guys are basically buying the corporation?
That is correct. And Kenneth R. Lamb would be still as a corporate officer, so reason why he's here today.
Okay. Members, questions?
Just, I understand we have a layout and drawing of the premise, I guess, because it wasn't necessarily required at the original application. No issues with that. My only question is, any intention to change the way things are currently being operated?
No, sir. The intention is to keep everything the same. Why change it when it's worked for so long? So,
Yep.
Ken's going to stay with the corporation until he's ready to fully step away, and we appreciate that every day. But as far as outline or anything like that, nothing. We don't have any plans in the future to change any of that.
Okay. I had no further questions.
Anybody else?
No, sir.
Okay. With that said, do we have a motion?
Yep, I can make a motion that we approve the application for the tackle box of Benjamin R. Windsor and Heather M. Windsor, Kenneth R. Lamb to transfer Tackle Box Incorporated, Class A beer license from Kenneth R. Lamb, and trade as Tackle Box Incorporated, 22035 Three Notch Road, Lexington Park, Maryland, 20653.
There are some conditions.
Okay.
That was my next question.
Sorry. Health Department approval and occupancy permit.
Okay, and that'll be a 90-day conditional approval upon the Health Department and occupancy approval.
Which is all in the works. We've been in contact. Health Department should reach out to Tammy here shortly, and then we'll be able to get our, again, I'm sorry, yellow whatever card.
UNO.
Then we'll get everything else squared away.
Okay? So motion to approve with those two contingencies.
Okay. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Oh, I'll second that.
Okay, Mr. Shin seconds it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to really thank Tammy. She really helped us out a great deal with this paperwork. It was a very pleasant experience.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy.
Yay, thank you.
Any licensee, applicant for license, or group of not less than 10 persons who are residents or real estate owners in the district in which a licensed place of business is located or proposed to be located may, within 30 days from the date of any final decision of the board in approving, suspending, revoking, restricting, or refusing to approve, suspend, revoke, or restrict any license or licensee, appeal such decision to the Circuit Court for St. Mary's County. The appellant shall be required to pay in advance a sum of money reasonably estimated to cover the expense of transcribing the hearing of the decision being appealed. Okay, next on the agenda, we have Everyday Saint Brew House. Application for Tyler M. Radis to purchase a Class D, pardon me, beer license for limited on-site consumption by a holder of a Class 5 brewery license and trade as Everyday Saint Brew House, Uprising LLC, 22760 Washington Street, Lexington Park, 20650,
Leonardtown, sir.
Leonardtown, Maryland. And permission for outdoor seating. Please swear them in.
You hereby declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please state your name and address for the record.
Tyler Rades, 22745 Lawrence Ave, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650.
Okay, excellent. Please come forward, have a seat.
Let's go ahead and present your application, please.
Okay. I'm here to request a Class D beer license, 7-day. It's a consumption permit for a tap room that I'll be opening soon above the brewery, which is on the same premise.
Is that the tasting room that I'm seeing here on the application, or is that another?
That's correct. If you're looking at the map, it is a tasting room as well as the mercantile. It's all kind of one room,
Okay.
as well as outdoor seating.
So Tammy,
Yes, sir.
is this like other places where the entire establishment is going to be considered part of the the premise, or is this going to be segregated? Because there's a basement and there's a second story, is there not?
Yeah, well, the second story is not part of the business. I believe that's apartments and whatnot.
Second and third story are residential apartments.
Okay.
Yeah. So the basement is the brewery. That's under the brewery license. The on-site consumption is this first floor area and the outdoor area. I mean, if his brewery license covers customers going downstairs for tour and whatnot, just like you would a winery and distillery. So no, we had that discussion. Nobody's going to be sitting down consuming in the way this permit will allow in the brewery area downstairs.
Okay. Thank you.
So the tasting room and the outdoor seating is all on the same level then?
That's correct.
Okay, sorry. That threw me off when you said upstairs, but I guess the basement is the bottom. All right, gotcha. And Tammy, you've got to talk to him about the limitations of a limited Class D as well already.
He
so he's aware of
understands.
those.
We've been working for a couple of years with the Alcohol Tobacco Commission, and he was there when our inspector and the state inspector went out and discussed making sure that all of these areas were under his brewery license as well. So, yeah, he's got it.
Okay. And are there any contingencies
Yes,
associated with this?
yes. And I know he, too, has a lot of them squared away, but he hasn't brought them into the office yet. So there is Health Department approval, UNO for that new area, and a trader's license or a business license, because you are selling,
I have that too.
huh?
I have that too.
Okay, so those are the three that I just need turned into me.
Okay. I don't believe I had any further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Anybody else, questions?
I just have one question. So I know this is just for on-site consumption, but are you in the future planning on off-site sales? Or is that for
Well,
separate?
through the state, I have my off-site
Site.
brewery license as well, so I can do festivals off-site. And then Tammy and I were also talking about, hopefully in the works, being able to fill crowlers for off-site consumption, but
But all of that would be under his brewery
the
license, his
state.
state license.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no further questions.
So how are we going to, the outdoor seating area? So this is fenced in? Or anything? How's this laid out?
yeah, so if you're looking on the drawing, the front area is all fenced in. You can see that there's a gate in the very, very front. That is strictly an exit, like an emergency exit for our patrons.
This is the black gate
Yeah.
and
Yes.
fence.
Yes, but also that is, a sign on that fence will be for residential tenants and craft guild patrons only.
So your drawing, though, says it's 9 by 18. Isn't that?
You're looking at, okay,
That's the side.
in reference, that's
That's
the
the
side
side.
porch.
Okay. And so the other one's 26 by 32?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. Thank you. So the side porch is going to also be outdoor seating?
Yes, sir.
So there's two sites here that were, okay.
And the perimeter of the side porch, one side is the building. There's a fence in the back, and then the fence that we kind of share with the front porch is that third side. So that
So it's all
encompasses the
fenced in.
perimeter of that site.
Okay.
Chairman, you can see it there if you'd like.
This is what?
Yeah.
So this side is open to the public? With no gate?
The one on the right.
To the left?
So from a
This is the
perspective
hair company's
standpoint,
over here.
Okay, so the sidewalk? Yeah. That goes to the side, and that white fence between him and the front porch goes all the way down.
Okay.
and I'm happy to pass that down if you'd like to look.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
You need to see it?
Everybody good? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think you're going to need to have some sort of sign on the sidewalk to remind people not to
We'll have
exit out.
posted signs.
You know what I'm saying, under that porch, under the small porch.
So I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to have a full-time staff member posted there so that they have eyesight on the front patio as well as the side porch. They'll also be checking IDs. 100% check IDs there. If you're over 21, you get a stamp on your wrist, arm. In addition to that, we'll have table service out front as well as beer runners delivering product. So that's how we're managing the front patio as well as the side porch.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Anybody want to make a motion?
Can make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve Everyday St. Brew House, the application for Tyler M. Rodez to purchase a Class D beer license for limited on-site consumption by a holder of the Class 5 brewery license, trade as Everyday St. Brew House, Uprising LLC, 22760 Washington Street, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650, and the permission for outdoor seating. It's a 90-day conditional approval, conditional upon the Health Department, UNO, and trader's license.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. George seconds. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any licensee, applicant for a license or group of not less than 10 persons who are residents or real estate owners in the district in which a licensed place of business is located or proposed to be located, may, within 30 days from the date of any final decision of the board in approving, suspending, revoking, restricting, or refusing to approve, suspend, revoke, or restrict any license or licensee, appeal such decision to the Circuit Court for St. Mary's County. The appellant shall be required to pay in advance a sum of money reasonably estimated to cover the expense of the transcribing the hearing of the decision being appealed. Okay, next, Twist Wine and Spirits. We have Bakesh Agarwal to transfer Twist Wine and Spirits, Lexington Park, guess it's Twistum LLC, Class A1 beer wine liquor license from Primera B. Patel and trade as Twist Wine and Spirits, Twist Enterprises LLC, 22608 Three Notch Road, Lexington Park, Maryland, 20653.
Do you hereby declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
That's true.
Okay, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Bukesh Kumar Agarwal, 46420 Run Purchase Road, apartment number 4, Lexington Park, 20653, Maryland.
Please come forward, have a seat.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So go ahead and present your application.
A Twist and Wine separate, I transfer the license to Twist and Wine LLC.
So you're buying the business
Yes, sir.
from Mr. Patel.
Yes.
Are you making any changes to the floor layout or anything?
No.
No? Why do you think you're going to be a good,
Sorry?
why do you think you're going to be a good, how do I put this? What experiences do you have?
I have a
to-
two-year experience. I used to have a beer and wine store in King Georgia, Virginia.
And how long did you own that?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
And you had no infractions there with,
No, no, no.
okay. And you sold that business?
Yeah, I sold that business because I got an accident, bad accident. So I didn't work last 2 years.
Okay.
So my That's why I sold that.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Sorry.
Members, questions?
So you mentioned no plans on changes of the floor layout, any other plans on changes of the general
Things- I
day-to-day
don't think-
operations,
no,
or?
no, sir.
Okay. What is, so obviously we take underage sales pretty seriously here. What sort of plans, operations, procedures, things of that nature, training do you plan to implement to ensure that your staff does not have any sort of these type of infractions?
I take the class, taking classes, I'm not supposed to be sale under 21 to check all ID proper.
Okay. How are you going to communicate that? So you're going to take the training. Are you planning on manning the store every day, or?
Yes, I go training every day.
Okay. Do you also plan to have staff that will be selling retail product?
Sorry?
Do you plan to also have staff of some sort, employees? that
Me
will-
and my wife.
Okay. So it'll just be you and your wife selling
Yeah.
retail product?
Yes.
Okay. Any intention to hire other staff to, or employees to?
First, well, couple day I'm gonna work first and see how it goes, then maybe hire someone.
Okay.
Because can work every day, 12 hours, because I have a back problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Have you thought through that, trying to kind of lead turn this, right, a little bit, that, have you thought about what that future is going to look like, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now, right, where you begin to bring on employees? What sort of training program do you plan to implement, or policies and procedures do you plan to implement, and how do you plan to communicate with those folks? Just ultimately what I'm trying to get at is I want to see you thinking this problem through so that we don't see you here in the future for any sort of violation.
I don't want to.
Say that again?
I'm gonna hire someone, but I'll take the classes too.
Okay, so it's your intention, am I hearing you correctly, that you plan to have your employees also take TAMS or RAS type courses?
Sure.
Okay. I didn't have any further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Anybody, anything?
Just clarification for me, also you're applying for a beer, wine, and liquor tasting license as well for 1 year, right?
Yeah, that's
It's a separate
separate, but yes.
application.
Oh, it's a separate, okay, separate, okay, gotcha. Okay.
If I understand correctly, you have had training, or are you going to take?
I'm going to take the training, but I have a 2 years experience of wine and beer and wine experience, but I can take the training too.
Has your wife had training?
She's going to take 2 hours of training.
I would encourage you, the sooner the better, just recognizing that the states are different, and we want to make
No,
sure to the
I
vice
used-
chairs.
You still live in, I used to still live in Maryland, but I have a store in Virginia, but still live in Maryland. I used to live in Waldorf, now I move here.
Okay, good. So you've got an understanding of Maryland law.
Yes,
Good.
yes, I do.
So this will be contingent on
Well,
training.
well, they have 90 days from the time you approve to get their training with us and with the state. I believe you're signed up with our training for October. I think I have you signed up for October, from RAST at least, okay? But he does have other documentation that he'll need, so this is going to be a conditional license regardless.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are all the conditions, please?
Business license, UNO, change of occupancy, health department, and fire marshal.
Pretty much everything.
Yep.
Okay.
So Tammy, given that do we need to explicitly state the training as part of the conditions?
It actually
since it's already-
is in our regs, 90 days.
Right.
Yeah, so they have 90 days to get either
So
training.
yes.
You don't need to,
mention
but
RAF.
you can, but it's.
I'll go ahead and
it's
mention it, that
implied.
way it's covered.
It's implied, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
May not be required, but doesn't hurt to say it. Done.
We asked these questions and we didn't ask some of the other ones because those businesses were basically being transferred over. Employees already there, assuming businesses, and things like that. And so you're a little more different than the others because this is your first Maryland liquor store and
Yes, sir.
so, okay. Do we have a motion?
Yes, I'm going to make a motion. Just make sure I'm noting my contingencies properly. I'll make a motion to approve the application of Mukesh Agarwal, apologies if I mispronounced, to transfer Twist Wine and Spirits, Lexington Twiston LLC, Class A1 beer wine liquor license from Permina B. Patel and trade as Twist Wine and Spirits, Twist Enterprises LLC, located at 22608 Three Notch Road, Lexington Park, Maryland, 20653. It'll be a 90-day conditional, conditioned upon business license, UNO, health, fire marshal, and state and county required training.
Okay. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Barbara Hill seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Well,
Thank you.
Stay right there. You got one more. Sorry. You got one more for the tasting permit.
Okay.
Okay. Special privilege application. Twist Wine and Spirits. Mukesh Agarwal requesting a 365-day beer, wine, and liquor tasting permit. Okay. Guess we can go right into the questions on this one. Do you understand the policy, how this works? And the
For the tasting,
yeah,
yeah, you have to, small, 2 ounces, you have to be, use whatever to consume, rest of it you have to throw every day.
okay.
There's different measurements for each type of alcohol. So beer is 2 ounces. Wine would be different. Liquor would be different. So,
Beer is 2 ounces, I'm not gonna give more than 1 ounce, this is for the liquor and wine.
well, okay. Okay. We'll get them the rules. We'll get you the posting.
Yep, I think the key thing with that one especially is, again, making sure you're monitoring those amounts and the disposition of the remaining alcohol at the end of the day. What limitations, as long as you understand what limitations you can and cannot do with that.
And normally these are actually vendors that come in and do all this.
Correct.
Well,
So he's just
for this permit, this is for them to be able to do it. Vendors don't need this permit, but 9 times out of
But he's
10,
accountable for the space and
the vendors come in on their own license to do this. This is so he can do it on his own, or even if he has a vendor come in to showcase a product, but it's not under their rules, he can do that either way. Or he can do it himself. This allows him to do it himself, okay? So it's but like, he wouldn't have to have this if a vendor was just coming in. All he was gonna have was
you
the
saying there's-
distributors or yeah.
there's no accountability for a vendor giving out frickin' 8-ounce glasses of frickin'.
Oh, they can't do that. They have their own license and their
Understand
own
that.
rules to follow. It doesn't hurt him, though. I mean, he would want them to obviously abide by their laws, but that would fall on them, and the state would take care of that. Yeah. I got my wheelhouse, they got their wheelhouse, you know?
Everybody's got a swim lane.
So,
Okay,
Is this
Moving
the
on me.
only institute, sorry,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chairman, that question to Tammy.
yes.
Is this the only place that would have this type of license?
No, we have this at the liquor store by Harris Teeter.
Yeah, we gave that a couple months ago.
And of course, we have a few out there before the beer, wine, and liquor was approved 2 sessions ago, or this last session. we have a lot with beer and wine, 365 days. So we got them out there,
Okay, thank you.
you know.
Doesn't, Early Bird have it?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions?
Sure.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the special privilege application for Twist Wine and Spirits, Mukesh Agarwal, requesting a 365-day beer, wine, and liquor tasting permit.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Try to second it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
All right,
you.
Mr. Agrawal, you just keep coming to me, come to me and speak to me or call
She's
me.
your resource.
Tomorrow?
You can come tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just getting the fire marshal, they have a one o'clock meeting.
Okay, good, good, good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
That's just for the rest you all got to sign. Nobody leaves until it's all signed.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Premise change. Bruder Garden, Geraldine A. LaRue, requesting temporary extension of premise of 2,400 square feet for Bruder Fest event on October 4th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You're already ready, waiting for me. Do you hereby declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please state your name and address for the record.
Geraldine A. LaRue, 41635 Camelier Drive, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650.
Excellent. Please come forward, have a seat.
Okay, please present your application.
We are having our Oktoberfest, or Brudefest, on the 4th of October, and there is a fairy garden that extends the back of the Bruder Garden that we would like to have enclosed on both sides and have an extension of premises for more space for the garden.
Okay. Members, questions?
Yeah, this area is the area that's already fenced, if I remember
It
correctly?
is fenced, but we need to do the sides where the fairy garden is. So we're going to have two side extensions fenced off with two gates.
Okay. Is it your intention to have staff man those gates?
Yes.
Okay. How many years? This is your third year doing this?
Seventh.
Oh,
Seventh?
good Lord.
Time flies.
Golly day. All right, man.
Yep, 7 years.
It's also the same day as the Blessing of the Fleet.
Yes.
Down at
So
the
we're
wharf.
hoping to get
It's
more
gonna-
people
it's gonna
down
be
there.
busy.
We couldn't have our parade this year. We usually have a parade with the German dancers, but they've got so many things going on in Leonardtown this year, they wouldn't let us have the parade, so. And the dog races are the hit, the wiener races. That's the hit of the,
Have the dog races run around the perimeter. Just combine it all.
as long as we don't have the burger guy out there, we're fine.
I did
And
not have
this,
any
there are
questions.
conditions that.
Yeah, okay.
So we have the fire marshal that needs to inspect the gates, and then the health department.
And comptroller.
And the comptroller? Mm-hmm. Okay,
I sent you that. I called you, left you a message.
okay. I'll get with you on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire, comptroller, and what else?
Health.
Health.
Okay,
I can make a motion.
please.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve the premise change for Brewer Garden, Geraldine A. LaRue, requesting the temporary extension of premise of 2,400 square feet for Bruderfest event on October 4th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It'll be conditional between now and obviously October 4th on fire marshal, health, and comptroller.
Can I just correct you? It's not 1 PM, then that's only 2 hours, so it'll be 1 AM?
Okay.
Says
So
Hang
the
on.
agenda says
Hang on, let me
PM.
look at her.
Let's look at the application here.
I was going to say, I want you to have
The application says 11 a.m. to
To
1 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Can I make an amendment?
Yes. She can make it here, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just have to amend my motion.
That AM, PM gets us every time. Just go with 1400, 0100, 1700.
I think it goes into the next day.
I have to do it in
1
Zulu
a.m. is the
time
next
next
day.
time.
That is the next day, right.
1 a.m. is the next day,
So we
by the
have
way.
to,
Or we could come back from 1 p.m.
so we have to
Do what?
state that's
Add
the
the
next day.
4th and 5th.
Yeah, the 4th and the 5th.
Yeah, the 5th.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was-
Next time it'll be 1100 to 1,
0.
0100.
100.
October 4th through October 5th.
Right.
All right, so I'll just,
So,
since I put the motion out, can I just redo the motion, or do we have to fail that motion?
You can withdraw and read.
withdraw it.
Okay, I'll
Withdraw the
withdraw,
motion.
withdraw my motion. We'll make a new motion. Thank you, Mr. Beatty.
You're welcome.
All right,
We'll try this again.
part D.
Take two.
But the
Make a motion for a premise change to approve Bruder Garden, Geraldine A. LaRue, requesting a temporary extension of premise of 2,400 square feet for the Bruderfest event on October 4th and 5th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. It is conditional upon fire marshal, health, and comptroller.
control.
okay,
Yeah, I'll
we
have
have
to
a
count
motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Member Hill seconds. Any discussion? Further discussion? No? All in favor? Aye.
You'd think after 7 years I'd know how to do this, right?
Good luck.
Right, thank you.
Jerry.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Certainly can't be accused of not enjoying our jobs.
Okay, Board Administrator report.
I got nothing.
I'm shocked.
Very good.
I'm shocked.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I got nothing from nothing.
Only because you asked.
Alcohol Enforcement Coordinator report.
Good afternoon. For the month of August, the Sheriff's Office conducted 6 alcohol compliance checks at restaurants, of which we had 3 failures and 3 passes. You'll hear about that next month. And as far as the DUI arrests, the Sheriff's Office had 13, State Police had 14, and top performer was Deputy Jacob Mills with 4 DUI arrests for 1 month. That's pretty good. And as far as postings and summonses, there was none of that. The public parks, they were all okay. As far as training, I had executive training. Tammy's very familiar with that, which is the new system we're going to, and the CAC meeting. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have one more. I did stationary surveillance at Antoinette Gardens, no violations there, and also at Applebee's, no violations there, and that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any questions for the sergeant? No? Okay. Very good. Let's see here. Now we move on to the Licensed Beverage Association. No, we have, yes, no, we
Board
have a
inspector.
board inspector report, sorry.
Poor Kevin gets left out every time.
He needs to get out of here.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Since the last meeting, I did 15 inspections, 3 or 4 follow-ups. Went to one business that turned their license in, made sure there was no alcohol in the business, and got their license from them. I'll be doing that again Tuesday for another one, or sometime next week. And we had the mailer class, the calls, they started back up, so. And working around the office.
Okay. Any questions?
Which businesses are turning in their license?
Board and Brush went out of business. And
Yeah, they
then
turned
there's
their-
one more closing
Which will
Sunday.
wait till they close,
So-
let you know.
Thank you, sir. St. Mary's Licensed Beverage Association. You're the next contestant.
Come on down.
Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, thank you. We were supposed to have our meeting last week, but it got pushed to next month, so I'll definitely have something for you next month. Just
Okay.
nothing new today.
Okay.
But we want to say thank you for always giving us time every month to speak. And that's all I got.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too. Board members' time. So I have a question, because I'm utterly confused about this. You're telling me that if I own a liquor store and I have somebody that comes in from a corporation who's serving people and is not following the frickin' rules, I am, as the owner of the liquor store, the licensee, not accountable for misdeeds in my store?
You cannot, the law states, liquor law states that you cannot allow, just like acts contrary, you can't allow something illegal to happen on your premise.
So
But-
they are responsible for the actions, and that's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
But they're tasting, what I was getting to is the tasting permit that they're applying for has nothing to do with your manufacturers and wholesalers coming in and do.
my concern was if you didn't know the rules, and you
Well, I
weren't,
have-
and then you could still get in trouble with a
You could.
third party going there
You
doing
could.
it.
And the problem, there has been problems because the retailers don't know those rules because that's not their wheelhouse, right? So they rely on their Kevin will know. He's got, and we get calls from licensees, especially now with some of our, what we used to have is just beer distributors. Now they've crossed over and they do wines, they do spirits. So we're getting calls from our licensees like, can I order from them? Because he's trying to sell me this stuff, but they're afraid because they're like, he never could sell me beer before. Right? I mean, a wine before, he could only sell me beer. So they don't know. So we rely on the manufacturers and distributors and wholesalers to know their job, their regs. And so sometimes even we have to call, Kevin had to check in the beginning, are they allowed to do this? We had to reach out to field enforcement and check and see if, is this kosher, So, because, it's not like they give us a call and say, hey, it's just like, okay, you see those 4 volumes of code? Read up. And sometimes it's not even there. Sometimes it's in trade practice or Comar or whatever, it's, so, fortunately, we've never had that happen. I'll leave it like that. Fortunately, because they have a bigger license than our retailers, and they have a lot more to lose. So when they go out, and they also have to file reports with the state on how much they put out, what product and the size of the product that they opened, et cetera, et cetera. So they have some accountability with the ATCC.
Yep. Any questions? Anybody else?
Mr. Chairman, just, can there be an efficiency to be had, especially in terms of, from business owners / licensees, when you have these, once a year event they're gonna do, like that brew garden. They've done it for 7 years, exactly the same thing, they have no issues. I'm just wondering if there could be some efficiency that could be had in terms of their applications concerned. Just
I
food for
guess you
thought.
would have to, efficiency meaning that the board would delegate the responsibility to approve these events
Um,
to the administrator?
Well, I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
have
the right
that
answer or not. Under, being legal in
like
terms of the
pre-approved for
responsibility of the
future?
board,
Just remember,
I wonder if the application perhaps.
You're not the only agency signing off on that. That's all I'm going to say, is because you notice with hers, she has to get fire marshal, she has to get health, and they know this is an every-year event. They go down there every year to check it out. It's not not a normal activity.
And if you pre-approve for future events, say this one,
It can
God
grow.
forbid, but what if something goes on where there's, underage drinking and a melee happens, you might not want to give them that license the following year because of that incident.
No, I'm not talking about pre-approval, under the circumstances that they haven't had any issues, for example, any violations, for example. So, again, I don't know what the format would be, still stay under the regulatory aspects of the board here. I'm just curious as to, can there be any efficiency to be gained, that could be had for future? Just putting the thought out there. I haven't thought through it. So maybe, Tammy, you could, I don't know if there's an avenue for that or not, Because I've been on the side of the business as well. So, they have to take, again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't. If you need, that's what the process is, and that's what it is, fine. But again, it seems like she's been pretty reliable. She knows how to do this. And especially, again, no issues in the past, can there be something optional thing that could, to ride upon previous application, for example, that can be reviewed as a paperwork, perhaps, in front of the board? Just food for thought. That's all I wanted.
We had something like that with my predecessor, but those kind of events can morph and change over the years, and if they're not coming before you.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm
have to
saying?
have some conditions, some criteria, right? That if there's any change, then you would have to, obviously have to come.
Okay.
But if there's, let's say there's no change, it's going to be same old, same time, same location, same thing.
I think you'd have to incorporate that in their retail
I
license.
think there are too many variables that could happen
Okay.
in between.
Well,
that-
doesn't the town have to approve it each year?
Yeah,
You say they have to approve it first
yeah.
before they can even
Okay.
go any further, so.
Okay, I'm just
I don't
thinking
know.
out loud.
I don't know right now at this point.
Okay.
Something to think about. Come to the next meeting, maybe somebody will have an idea.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Chairman?
No? Weaver?
No, sir, I'm good.
Myers?
All good.
All good. Okay. Christian? Good. Okay, very good.
Never forget.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
George seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Done. Good luck.